Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michaela and today I'm going to be doing kind of like an end of year goals check-in. At the start of this year I made a goals video for 2020 and I haven't seen that video since I posted it. So I'm actually going to be rewatching it today and kind of just updating you guys about where I've gotten up to as of September with those reading goals. Every year, generally, I will set like a target number of books to read, some goals around genres, and then also just reading habits and book buying habits in general is usually what happens there. So we will have to see what past Michaela classified as a goal and how far we've come with that goal. Hello everybody and welcome back. So we're doing something that I do every year, but I mean, I'm in a weird different filming location and my computer is my tripod, so we're doing that today. Today we're doing my 2021 reading goals. This is something that I do every year. I think I actually did pretty well last year with my 2020 or this year. Okay, so the first part of this video is me wrapping up my goals from last year. And life work. So I have 5 goals that I want to try to achieve this year. I have a lot more general life goals that I also want to achieve, but I don't remember those. Today, I'll go through those because they're usually my primary goals for the year. So continuing on from last year, I would like to read 20 books off of my TBR. Okay, so first goal is to read 20 books off of my physical TBR, and at the start of the year it was at 40 books. So I have actually read 21 books off of my TBR this year. So I've achieved that goal already. I have, however, unhauled 3 of those. So I didn't actually read those ones, but I realized in myself that I was never actually going to get to them. So cool, smash that goal. I think last year it was 30 and I only did 20. So I set myself a more realistic goal this year and I achieved it. Go me. There were also some books that I bought at the end of last year with my Christmas money that I was like, oh my God, these are everyone's favorites of 2020. I have to read them. Some of them fell so short and I was so disappointed. But now I know. TBR pile and more just the books that I feel like reading, because I think that that's another thing that really my lipstick looks really good in this video. I feel like I really overcommit to books that I don't want and my plant was so small in the background
for the purpose of getting them off my TBR
It was
shelf.
so baby.
So
it's tripled in size now.
I'm going a bit more whatever I feel like rather than just all of my TBR pile, basically. And then just as an attachment to that goal as well, because I didn't want to make it its own goal, but I'm going to continue my 1 in 1 out policy.
Oh my God, the 1 in 1 out policy. I did so well with that last year, and then this year I've scrapped it. I think I lost track maybe around March or April, and I lost it. I could not continue with that this year. So yeah, no, that rule is out.
Really well for me over the last, I think I've been doing it for 2 years. It has drastically reduced my obsessive book buying.
The obsessive book buying is back. I fell into book talk and that's what happened.
Buy another book, and that really, again, doesn't contribute to the TBR pile. It actually helps me to decrease it a bit more. I did write down a list of all the books that I do want to buy, and that list is 40 books long.
Oh my God, that list is still very long, and I now have a subcategory on that list that is books that I have read from the library that I also want to buy now that I've read them and I like them and I would like to have a copy of them on my shelves. So that list has now probably almost doubled in length.
So we're gonna slowly work through that this year. I would love to be able to read that much, but I just do not have time. My second goal for 2021 is that I'm going to join a book reading group thing.
Oh my God, okay. So my second goal for this year was to join a book club, and I could not find the words for it at that point in time, but I've since been educated. I think I did one Booksplosion book club, and then I very quickly realized that all of the books that they were reading as a part of the book club weren't actually out in Australia yet, and I couldn't get a copy of them, which really sucked, and I have not found another one to join yet. There's a few that I'm thinking about and that I've seen some of the new people that I follow on BookTube are a part of, but I haven't actually done any extensive research into that yet. So yeah, that's kind of a half, maybe not even half, not really completed goal.
Cool. My plan for it is to just join the Booksplosion one. It's something that I follow and I just never have joined in with. I think I've done it once, but I really enjoy reading something along with a group of other people and doing buddy reads. I
did another buddy read this year with someone from BookTube and it was so good.
So that is one of the things that I would love to actually actively do this year. And having a deadline to finish a book is so motivating. Again, let's make our leisure activities goal driven. Number 3 is to finally start any kind of Robin Hood book. They have been on my shelf for years.
Yeah, no, so I've resigned myself that I'm actually not going to get to any Robin Hood books this year. There are too many, and I have too many other things that I want to read by the end of the year. So that's going to get pushed to 2022, unfortunately.
So I'm going to start that this year. I'm not going to delude myself into thinking that I can finish all of them this year, but I would like to start them and at least start the cycle. Number 4 is to participate in a readathon. I have done a readathon once before in my life.
Okay, so goal number 4 was to participate in a readathon. I still haven't done that this year. It's been on my to-do list to look for an available readathon for so long, but I just haven't done it. So if y'all know of any readathons that are happening at the end of the year, let me know.
And my 5th goal for 2021 is my how many books I would like to read this year. In 2020, my goal was 40 books, and I did that. I think I read 46 books in 2020. So I smashed that goal. This year we're up in the ante just a little bit, because I mean 2020 was an anomaly of a year. So 2021, my goal for 2021 is 50 books. I figured that.
So I made my goal for this year 50 books read by the end of the year, because last year I managed to actually finish my Goodreads reading goal for once, which I had never done before, and I smashed it. I think I did 6 books over. And so I was like, oh my god, like 2020 was an anomaly. Like I had so much more time to read in 2020. 2021 is going to be way different. The world will be so much better. It was not. I have read at this point, I think 56 books this year. So I have also smashed my reading goal for this year, and it's only September. So I no longer have, like, I'm not going to increase that at all. I no longer have like a deadline of books that I want to read, because I'm trying to de-quantify my hobbies, because not that it stresses me, but I feel like I need to be productive when I'm doing things, and I'm going to try to train that out of myself and just actively pursue non-productive leisure.
With some like really consistent and accountable reading time, I was able to read 46 books this year, and so I can only assume with my continued not reading slump, I should be able to hit 50 in 2021.
And I haven't had a reading slump this year. That's been really nice.
I'm physically capable of reading more than 50 books in a year, unless I suddenly like quit my full-time job and just clean the house and read. That would be lovely, but unfortunately I can't do it.
So 2020 Michaela, or early 2021 Michaela, thought that reading more than 50 books would mean that she needed to quit her job, and she did not. She just needed to learn what library apps were.
But anyway, those are my 2021 reading goals.
Aww. So I guess given that I've completed a few of my goals already, I'm actually not going to set any more than what I already had, but I am going to try to do some of those other goals that I haven't done yet. So potentially joining another kind of book club, participating in some readathons if I can find some. Again, let a girl know. But yeah, those are my goals, and that's where I'm at. My reading habits have been very solid this year, and I have effectively integrated reading into my day-to-day activities without it impacting my productivity and other things too much. However, I have found that I have been prioritizing reading over many other things, particularly towards the end of this year. And I do sort of see that as a correlation with like the lockdown and everything that's happened and the re-shutting down of our world, or at least my area. So for instance, like when I was driving to and from work, when I would drive like 40 minutes either way, I would listen to audiobooks, and that was really good. And in the past I was really limited because I only used Audible, and I didn't want to spend extra money because it was quite a lot to get more than one book a month unless I absolutely had to. And then I discovered that I could download library apps and borrow audiobooks. Crazy, right? And I'm a little bit annoyed because the books that I had previously, like just before I discovered the library apps, the books that I'd actually bought on Audible were available in the library app. So I didn't need to get them on Audible in the first place. And it just, anyway, makes me mad. And that has been huge in me being able to read a lot this year, because it's filling in that idle time, and also my brain. But then also it has helped me work through either the books that I've already read before and needed to read them again to finish the series, or books that I have on my TBR that I don't heaps want to like actively sit down and read, but passively ingesting them has been okay. And that's worked really well, especially for books like Caraval that I really enjoyed. And like probably would have enjoyed reading it as well, but the audiobook experience was just as good. So yeah, okay. Well, I guess my 2 goals for the end of the year are to join a book club and participate in some readathons. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I post videos every Sunday, sometimes Wednesdays if I feel like it. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.